spectacular campsites on the most remote of tracks, to the workshop and everything in between. Your next episode of Great Off-Road Adventures is just seconds away. Well guys, just Graham from Great Off-Road Adventures here, and in this tutorial we're going to run you through changing your Toyota air filter, and I specifically want to cover off some of the things you got to look out for with 200 series, 70 series, in dusty environments, with getting dust on the wrong side of the air filter, getting it on the clean side, the top side of this lid. What to look out for, what will prevent it or assist in preventing it, and we've got a new filter here. We'll put it in, show you what you got to look out for. So in this tutorial, guys, all you need obviously is your new air filter, and I seriously encourage you guys to get some O-ring jelly or O-ring grease. So silicon-based, translucent, non-toxic lubricant, ideal for rubber O-rings, seals and gaskets, swimming pool equipment, perishable rubber, water repellent and corrosion inhibitor. And I will explain exactly why I use this when we put this new filter in. So the other thing you need, and I encourage this because you don't want any dust on the wrong side of this air filter, you want a nice clean working environment, is to get your compressed air, give it a clean up. So let's relocate the clean one. Give it a clean up. So on my airbox, same as 70 series, there's 4 clips in the 4 corners. You want to undo those 4 clips and lift the lid up. In my case, got some fuel lines that sit a little bit in the way. We'll lift it out. Pretty happy with how it looks inside, to be honest. Now, that's a foam filter that I've been running for a little while, test out. Been pretty happy with it, but I just find that it just clogs up too quick, and I just can't clean it. So I've followed all the cleaning instructions, cleaned it and cleaned it and cleaned it, and with a paper filter I see the full 26 pounder boost. With this I only see about 23. So I just don't think, I've run it for probably 100,000 Ks, cleaning it every 5,000, and I think it's just got too much little fine dust particles in it. It's time for it to hit the bin. So look, I'm going to go back to running a paper filter and see if that makes some improvement for me. Anyway, put this to the side, we'll have a look into the airbox, we'll have a look in the lid, we'll show you what we mean. Well, that's the inside of the lower section of the airbox. Now, as you can see, there is a lot of dust in there. Now, let's have a look at the lid. And that's pretty clean. Well, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm very aware of the dust issues these cars have, and hence why I'm doing this video. The other thing, if you look closely around the lip of my airbox here, is you'll see that little strip of foam tape. That's just to put a bit more clamping pressure and seal around the edge of the filter, stop any dust coming around the edge of the filter. And I'm going to show you with that O-ring grease where we put it to sort of double that effect as well. Well, now we've got the old filter out. We've had a look in the airbox. There's a bit of dust around the outside lip here. So what I want to do is just grab a rag and just wipe around the top edge of the airbox. Make sure there's no dust, debris, or anything on that lip. That's not going to, well, that may affect the seal on the next filter. So pretty happy with that. Let's get the new filter and let's talk about the seal on the edge of it and how that may have let dust into the lid. There's 2 things you need to look for when you replace your air filter. One thing you want to look out for is when you put it in, when you put this lid down, you want to put it in square. You don't want to fold or pull it in on an angle or anything. What you end up doing is you actually end up folding this rubber seal up like that, and that can pass dust around the seal of the filter. So you want to drop it in square, and you want to make sure you put the lid down on top of the filter square. Otherwise, you will fold that seal over on the edge of the filter. And the other thing that I do, I nearly lost it there with the O-ring grease, is I put a bit on my finger and I rub it on all three sides of this seal. So the underside, the outside, and the top side, all the way around. Then I drop it in and I seal it up. What the O-ring grease does is it essentially, any little bits of dust that do get through or start to come through, or it just provides that little bit of extra sort of dust attractant, sealant around the edge, just to fill the smallest of gaps, give you guys 100%, well, the best possible chance of stopping any dust coming in. So I've done 225,000 Ks. This car's been going off-road its entire life. It's a 2008 model. And yes, I've wiped out the inside lid of this airbox a few times, but I've never found dust in there. Found those really fine dust particles that you find in any airbox, but I've never found bad, concerning amounts of dust in there. And I put it down to using good filters and making sure that this seal around the edge is as good as it's ever going to be, as good as possible, and using a bit of O-ring grease. So let's put it on, put it in there, job done. Alright, so I'm just going to use a glove to keep my hands clean because I've got to drive the cameras too, but this is just like, it's pretty safe, this stuff, reading that label at the back, it's all good. So I just use this on my finger normally, but I've got to use the cameras, so I want to keep my hands clean. But squeeze out a little bit. Don't drop the tube. And rub that all the way down this side. Top, bottom and outside of the seal. Alright, you get the gist, so we'll skip forward to it being done. Alright, so spread the O-ring grease around the outside of the filter. It goes into the box in one way. It's slightly different. It's not perfectly square, these filters. Push it in nice and square. You can see the seal is nice and square all the way around the outside edge. So we've just got to make sure we drop the lid on top of the filter, nice and square, so that we don't pinch that filter at all, pinch the seal. So in my case, because this hoses for this second filter get a little bit in the way, just make sure I lift them up. Get the clips out of the way. And that's dropped on there, nice and square.
Yeah, mate.
So always do the back two clips first. Inspect that the lid's on nice and square. Then I'll do the front or the side clips here. Job done. Nice clean filter in there, nice and clean on the inside of the lid, ready to go again. So this is one of those things that I keep this O-ring grease in my drawers in the back, and I keep a spare filter in the car because if I've had a particularly dusty run, I'll most definitely be wanting to change this filter for the longevity of my car. Fuel economy, there's a plethora of reasons why you want a nice clean air filter. Henceforth why we've just done this one. So look guys, I hope you found this tutorial interesting and useful. If you have a 200 or a 70, points to take away from this is pay particular attention to that seal around the outside edge of the filter, and make sure you're monitoring the lid for dust ingress, because these vehicles, 270s, are particularly susceptible to a bit of dust ingest, and that can cost you an engine in the long run. So look guys, thanks for watching. Again, hope you found it useful. If you have, please like the video, drop a comment in the comments below. Let me know that you're liking this new segment I'm doing. And yeah, look guys, we'll see you in the next one. Have fun. Oh, please subscribe to the channel too if you're enjoying it. See ya. Once again, a big thanks to the team at Henderson's Mechanical Services for allowing me to film in the workshop. Remember, if you're in need of a service or repairs, check out Henderson Mechanical Services, see what they can do to help you out.